Welcome back to the daily morning sports feed on Reds Army, with me as editor Olivia. Today, let's take a look at some notable sports news in the past 24 hours. Thank you for always supporting and accompanying us. Come to the following hot news. Giants hit 5 home runs to beat Dodgers. Rafael Nadal defeated at US Open by an American, Francis Tiafoe. Giants hit 5 home runs to beat Dodgers. 4 of the Giants' home runs came in a 2-inning span against Dodgers starter Andrew Heaney. The Dodgers hit 2 of their own but couldn't catch up. It was a different kind of flex alert. With the epic heat wave baking California making baseballs fly, the San Francisco Giants muscled up and hit 5 home runs, 4 in a 2-inning span off of homer-prone left-hander Andrew Heaney, and beat the Dodgers, 7-4, on Monday night. Earlier in the day, the second-place San Diego Padres were shut out by the Arizona Diamondbacks, shaving the Dodgers' magic number to clinch another NL West title down to 8. It didn't go any lower Monday. That was accurate, Freddie Freeman said of the scouting report, and science, that says Dodger Stadium becomes much more hitter-friendly in the heat. A couple of them would have been homers no matter what. But I'm not used to the 100s and the 101s, exit velocity, at 35, launch angle, going out. We could have done the same, but they had a really good sinkerballer on the mound, Logan Webb. They had the homer balls going today. 3 of the Giants' 5 home runs fit Freeman's description, hit at 101 miles per hour with launch angles between 31 and 37 degrees. But Heaney was not blaming global warming for his troubles. I was throwing stuff right down the middle, he said. I didn't do a good job of mixing pitches very well. I didn't put guys away. Made mistakes. They capitalized. Heaney has often had a home run problem during his career. He has allowed 1.6 for every 9 innings he has pitched as a major leaguer, fueled by the occasional long ball bender like the 10 he gave up in his first 28 innings after being traded to the New York Yankees last summer, dooming his time in New York. He seemed to be in remission as a Dodger. He gave up just 1 home run in 31 innings over his first 7 starts. But he has regressed over his past 4 starts, allowing 10 home runs in 21 innings, including multiple homers in 3 of those 4 starts. When you're a 2-pitch pitcher, there were some changeups in there, but Heaney is predominantly a fastball pitcher, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said of Heaney, who threw 55 fastballs, 27 sliders and 8 changeups against the Giants. He made some mistakes in the middle of the plate and they took advantage. I think the main adjustment with these homers is that he's making mistakes in the middle of the plate, heart of the plate. I think there's some sequencing thing that we can kind of clean up going forward. The Giants got Heaney twice each in the 3rd and 4th innings. In the 3rd, Lewis Brinson hammered an 0-1 fastball into the netting beyond center field for a 2-run homer. 2 batters later, J.D. Davis sent a 1-1 fastball over the wall in center field. Thairo Estrada changed things up, leading off the 4th inning by hitting a changeup from Heaney over the wall. 3 batters later, David Villar sent a first-pitch fastball into the right field pavilion for a 2-run homer, the Giants' 4th home run in an 8-batter stretch. Trying to throw some of those heaters up, they just ended up middle, Heaney said. Tried to flip a changeup in there, to Estrada. It stayed up. I'm frustrated anytime somebody barrels a ball up. Especially when it goes out. Especially when we had a 2-0 lead. Squandered that. Lost the game. Not happy about that. In between the long balls, Heaney was difficult to hit. He gave up just 2 hits that didn't go over a wall, struck out 8 and got 19 swings and misses in 5 1/3 innings. Brinson doubled up, hitting his 2nd home run of the game in the 9th inning off of Dodgers reliever Justin Bruihl. The Dodgers started the power surge with a 2-run homer by Freeman in the 1st inning. It was Freeman's first homer since August 15, ending a stretch of 87 homer-less plate appearances. It's one of those things, Freeman said of his 17 home runs, putting him on track for his fewest in a full season since 2015 when a wrist injury limited him to 118 games. I'm going to worry about it. If I start chasing homers, I'm going to start chasing everything. Just trying to be a good hitter and keep that going. The Dodgers found it more difficult to score against Webb with the ball in play. Trey Turner's single with 2 outs in the 3rd inning started a stretch that saw 6 out of 9 Dodgers batters get hits. But only 1 run scored, on an RBI double by Joey Gallo in the 4th. A failed stolen base attempt ended the 3rd when Turner beat the throw but slid off the base. In the 4th, third base coach Dino Ebel stopped Max Muncy at third on Gallo's double. He stayed at third as Miguel Vargas popped out to shallow right field and Cody Bellinger took a questionable called third strike. In the fifth, Ebel made the opposite choice, and it was the wrong one. Austin Barnes led off the inning with a single. Betts followed with a double into the left field corner. Estrada was slow to field it and Ebel sent Barnes, trying to score him all the way from first base with no outs and Turner and Freeman coming up. Barnes was an easy out, Ebel tapping his chest in a "my bad" gesture as he returned to the third base coaching box. "I know Dino is going to wear this one," Roberts said, declining to criticize Ebel for sending Barnes. "But I'm not going to waver in my confidence. It's one of those positions on the field where when you do things well no one talks about it. But if it doesn't go well then you're the center of attention. I just don't operate that way. He's as good as there is, for me." Barnes did eventually get his run on a solo homer in the seventh inning, one of 7 home runs hit in the game. Rafael Nadal defeated at U.S. Open by an American, Francis Tiafoe. 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal was upset in the fourth round of the U.S. Open on Monday by American Francis Tiafoe at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Flushing, New York. In a match that lasted more than 3 hours and 30 minutes, the Maryland native defeated Nadal 6-4, 4-6, 6-4, 6-3. Tiafoe, 24, is the youngest American man to get this far in the U.S. Open since a then 24-year-old Andy Roddick was a finalist in 2006. "It was definitely one hell of a performance," he said following the match. "I played really well today. Yeah, I guess, I just came out there and I just believed I could do it. It helps I played him a couple times." Earlier in the tournament, Tiafoe said he was happy to be going mostly unnoticed. After his win Monday, he expressed joy for what his victory against Nadal meant to his parents, who immigrated to the United States from Sierra Leone. "I just had a big passion for the game. Not even mainly for me, but to do it for them. To see them experience me beat Rafa Nadal, they've seen me have big wins, but to beat those Mount Rushmore guys, for them, I can't imagine what was going through their heads. Yeah, they're going to remember today for the rest of their lives." Nadal, 36, recorded his first loss in a Grand Slam event this year and is now 22-1 this season. The Spaniard won the Australian Open and French Open before withdrawing from Wimbledon in July before his scheduled semi-final showdown with Australian Nick Kyrgios. "The difference is easy," Nadal said afterward. "I played a bad match and he played a good match. At the end that's it, no?" Nadal said Tiafoe played more solidly than in previous matches between the two, served well, had good backhands and was quick. "But I don't think I pushed him enough to create him the doubts that I need to create," he said. Of course, he did the things well. If not, he will not win, without a doubt. Congrats to him. Nadal said he needs to fix things, and when he feels mentally ready to compete again, he will, but he is unsure about the timetable. Tiafoe will face Andrei Rublev of Russia in a quarterfinal on Wednesday. The U.S. Open men's singles final is scheduled for Sunday. Tiafoe's parents met in the United States, where they would have twins, Franklin and Francis. Their father signed on as a day laborer at the Junior Tennis Champion Center in 1999 in College Park. While working around the clock, his father was forced to move into a vacant storage room at the tennis center, where his 2 boys would stay with him, sleeping there, while their mother worked night shifts as a nurse. Tiafoe picked up the sport, getting to play at the center for free, and fell in love with the sport. Tiafoe previously said that while his family didn't grow up wealthy, he wouldn't change anything. On Monday he told reporters, "Us being around tennis was kind of gets us getting out of our neighborhood. My dad kind of being able to watch us. It wasn't anything supposed to be like this. Once we got in the game of tennis, it was like my dad was like, it would be awesome if you guys can use this as a full scholarship to school. We couldn't afford a university." And those are also the most outstanding morning news today. Thank you to everyone for listening and following redsarmy's daily news. If you find the video interesting and useful, please click like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the latest sports news.